In the Sunday Antisocial, I made a big deal about this pipe and how I never bonded with it. And Derek Tant, the YTPC mayor, the only authority on these matters, says that the only way to bond with a pipe is to smoke it. There's no ritual I can do. I can't sacrifice a frog or something in some sort of circle in the woods. I can't throw it in the river and then fish it back out like I do my other pipes. I just gotta smoke this pipe that I've never really liked. So, challenge accepted, Mr. Tant. This pipe and me are gonna be best buds. We're gonna be glued at the teeth right here for the next several weeks, and I'm gonna see what I can do with it. Am I gonna make this, like, eventually after a few weeks? Am I gonna have like a nice pipe tattoo here of this exact pipe? It's a good shape. I really like the shape. The finish is what doesn't do it for me. And somebody mentioned leather dye, I think. Anyway, the other thing I made a big deal about during the Sunday Antisocial was the Mueller report. All right, good news. Our president is not provably a Russian asset. Bad news. There is hard evidence that our president is still Donald Trump. So we technically know a little bit more than we knew when I made my Sunday Antisocial video complaining about how I didn't know anything. I knew that the report was turned in and there were going to be no further indictments. But at that time, that was all I knew. Now, we know the report is turned in, no further indictments, and we've seen 4 incomplete sentences from the report in a summary written by a Trump appointee whose son-in-law works for Trump that say that there was no collusion. And I believe that. I think, in my heart of hearts, I do believe, and I have no reason not to believe, that Bob Mueller is a stand-up guy. And I think that if his report actually said, yes, Trump colluded with Russia, and AG Barr was out there saying, no, Trump didn't, I think we would see ramifications of that by now. Who knows? Who knows if we'll ever see the actual report itself? Mitch McConnell is already blocking resolutions to show us the report. And so you guys can gloat. You Trumpkins out there, gloat all you want. I appreciate it. It's your day to celebrate. It's like you can have a pizza party. Eric Trump can ride his big wheel in. And anyway, have fun. Gloat in the comments if you want. But we haven't seen the report. And the excerpted sentences don't sound that convincing to me. I do believe that there is not enough evidence to prosecute. And that's what it's all about in that world. Do I believe Trump colluded? I don't know. I'm just some dude on the internet. And so are you. And that's a big takeaway for me. That's a big takeaway because there are plenty of cases in which the media in the past 2 years has been demonstrably wrong. The sealed indictments. I've been waiting for how long to find out about those sealed indictments. Turns out they don't exist. There are no sealed indictments, which does call into question pretty much everything. So though I would bet my only and most loved pipe that there's some pretty nasty stuff in the Mueller report that would impeach a normal president, this president is not normal. We'll probably never see the report. And I think it's a waste of my time and a waste of, it's pretty much a waste of anyone's time to keep pounding this issue into the ground, the Russia thing. There's no demonstrable evidence. I trust Mueller. I kind of trust that Barr would act in his own self-interest. So, yeah, okay, cool. Still a walking, talking piece of shit, but whatever. I'm sad to report that my Pelican coffee thermos seems to be DOA. The lid kept binding up in the actual aircraft grade aluminum or whatever the hell this thing is. Anyway, I can't get it open anymore. So that sucks. And I have, 23 hours until I'm going to have to make more coffee. So I better do something about that today, huh? So, how does it feel, Gribs? How does it feel to be wrong? How did it feel when you were wrong about Hillary Clinton? That's my real takeaway from all this. We don't know anything, and I mean, this is a shock. I don't want to shock anybody. I know this is a really crazy thing to say, but it's almost as if people in power never really see any repercussions for their actions. It's a little bit confusing to me that that would happen. I mean, this is America, right? But it seems to be a pattern. Seems to be a pattern, you know, that goes back a little way. So we have this example where if 1/10 of the stuff that the media has told us was true, Trump is clearly up to no good. We have the example of Hillary Clinton. We have the example of Benghazi. We have the example of Osama bin Laden. Where the hell are the pictures of him? Right? We're told bad stuff happened to him. Nobody really knows. Watergate, Iran-Contra, going back. And I think that's why I'm not quite as disappointed as some of the left seems to be. Because I didn't really have high hopes for this happening. I will say now that I have 2020 doesn't seem to be the bright, hopeful future that everyone was thinking. I think Trump will probably win 2020, unless, I mean, who knows what's going to. I mean, it's a long way away. I mean, long way away till next November. But I don't really see anybody with the chutzpah to take him down. So, you know, Kamala Harris, Elizabeth Warren, not going to happen. Elizabeth Warren is like a non-starter. Beto, who even is this guy? So yeah, I don't see it happening. So that means, you know, we got 5-6 more years of this. Well, unless one of the other 16 investigations turns up something. My partisan Democrat friends are already hitting me up about 2020, trying to get an assurance that I will vote for whoever the Democrat nominee will be. I will not give them that assurance by a long shot. I think that we lose sight of the larger picture, which is that Donald Trump really isn't the problem. As I've said many times before, the system that produced Donald Trump is the problem. I was once part of an agency, of an organization, whose values and methods I vehemently disagreed with. But I was trying to do good work within that organization. And I was talking about this sort of conundrum, this tension with a super ultra conservative politician at the time who was rather famous around those parts, and he was telling me, Gribs, you know, you can be in the system without being of the system. And I've thought about that for 10 years now. And he was wrong. Keep the ends out for the ties that bind.